Hey, this is David with Richter Scale Studios. This is the final project for clearing my desk, or immediate desk. There's some other things up there, but these are the things that have been sitting around just waiting to be getting done. This is the Imperial Guard, or abandoned Imperial Guard objective marker I want to work on. You can see he's got, I don't know where his head is from, but this is some of a bits box thing. I can tell it's like a catachin body, and I think those are catachin legs. It could be Acadian legs. He's got some scavenged Space Marine shoulder pads on, and a bolter. And the thing does not make plausible. He's got this long bearded mustache, but his hair is too well groomed. So I'm going to attempt to sculpt some long hair to kind of flow over this bandolier of ammo belts, and kind of go over his back and maybe over one of the shoulder pauldrons from the Space Marines. So I will keep this as like a little diary of my work on this attempt to sculpt. So thanks for joining me. We'll be back in a few. Okay, we are back. I think I got it. I just used a little bit of green stuff, probably maybe 1/3 the size of this. I put it in small strips and laid it across his hair like it was growing from the front to back, and then sculpted together, mainly with this hobby knife. That was the best thing to get the most detail out of it. And I don't know if you can see it, but I did like a natural part in his hair right there over his left eye, and it kind of goes back and falls over his back kind of naturally, and splits apart. So not too shabby for my first sculpting job. And I'm going to let this dry and cure. Then we're going to prime it. Then we'll start painting it. As always, thank you for joining me. We'll be back soon. Thanks again. Well, I let the green stuff cure overnight. I just hit it with some Vallejo black surface primer on the hair, and actually it turned out pretty well. After having all those fancy sculpting tools, I wound up doing all the sculpting with an X-Acto knife and a little bit of water in my fingers, and that was it. I think it turned out pretty cool. Just gotta make sure that sideburns connect up to the hair so it doesn't look too funky. This looks like almost like you might have dreadlocks or something like that. But for a first time of sculpting hair and making this guy look the way I want him in the narrative, I think it's out pretty cool. So we'll start painting him pretty soon, and we'll be back. Thanks. Hey YouTube, this is David with Richter Scale Studios. We are still finishing my final project from the clearing my desk thing I've been doing for a few months. And this is the objective marker I'm doing with the stranded Imperial Guardsman with scavenged armor and a bolter, and obviously hasn't had a haircut in a while. That's the long hair I sculpted. I'm not sure where that head is from, but it's I think it's a catachin guy with obviously Space Marine shoulder pads and a bolter. And the head, I'm not sure if it's a Space Wolf or maybe a Bryctonian or something from the fantasy line. It came with a bits purchase I did, and then I just green stuffed. It had like a flat top hair with the long beard, looked kind of funky for what the narrative was for the objective. So I just threw some green stuff on there and used an X-Acto knife and went to it and made hair out of it. It looks pretty plausible. Actually turned out pretty good. Pretty proud of myself. So all the base colors are done right now. I'm going to attempt to do non-metallic metals on the bolter, and then the pads right now are just got a couple shades of gray on it. And one's going to be green from Dark Angels, and the other's going to be a ultramarine. And then I'm going to do some what I have right here, the masking fluid. So do those gray chips will come through it, and then I will do a darker gray inside the chip to give that light gray to show around the edges, to hopefully show a really good 3D effect on the battle damage I'm trying to obtain on that. And I'm probably going to do some like wear marks on his knees and stuff too, and maybe scuff up his boots and scuff up his ammo pouches on his back. So that is it for right now. I will be back soon. Thanks for joining me. We are back. Here we are with my completed Stranded Guardsman objective marker I just finished. He's just thrown together with some bits I got from an eBay purchase. and I sculpted his long locks on top to give him that aged, stranded look. And just kind of, you look like he had some scavenged Space Marine armor. Looks like a little bit of Ultramarines and some Dark Angels in there. And try to do some non-metallic on the bolter. I don't know if I pulled that off or not. And I didn't want to do non-metallic on the shoulder pauldron for the Ultramarine, so I put a little bit of gold on there. It looks like it's all chipped off, most of it. And a little bit of battle damage on those areas too. He was pretty easy to do. I did his eyes, took a little longer than I expected. Like, things are tiny. A lot harder to do than like a Space Marine's lenses or something like that. But they turned out okay. I wouldn't say they're perfect, but they're okay for a objective marker. So thank you for joining me, and I will have some more videos up in the future. See you later.